It's a Thursday, so that means a quick check-in with our colleagues at Live for ideas on how we can spend our weekend.
That's right. If you're looking for a recommendation on what to watch, why not give Korean period action film The Swordsman a try? It's our film correspondent John Louis' pick for this weekend.
That's why the view is so
Hey John, welcome to the show. Now, why should moviegoers check this one out?
To be frank, it's the only major release this week. It's a pretty, we're having a bit of a dry spell. But that said, it's a pretty good action film that is a bit of a nostalgic throwback to the samurai and swordsman films. Many of us like, I won't say all, but a lot of us like them.
Oh, I see. Well, let's talk about the cast, particularly, the main actor, Jang Hyuk. Is this role a departure for him, or is it more or less, very similar to the previous characters that he has played on TV and in film?
You've seen him in action, period drama. You've seen him in romance. He's very big in K-drama. He's come to Singapore a few times. A lot of people are familiar with him. I think what's a departure for him is that he plays a very skilled swordsman. So we are looking at a very high level of stunt training for him. He can't fake it, in other words. He has to have the fighting skills in the swords.
Oh, I see. Well, thank you so much, John. That was film correspondent John Louis on his film pick for the weekend. The Swordsman opens in cinemas today.
Olivia, are you a fan of dance?
Sure, I am. I've seen a few, one of those dance reality TV shows, but please do not, ever ask me to dance. I have 2 left feet, but these guys, well, they sure know how to dance. Organized by the Esplanade, this year's dance festival continues to highlight the spirit of dance.
We're joined by arts correspondent Olivia Ho to share more about her pick for the weekend. Hey Olivia, now tell us more about the festival this year. Of course, it's organized in a very different way because of the COVID-19 pandemic.
So this is the Esplanade first ever digital dance festival. It's going to run from October 12th to 31st. Of course, it cannot go on usually because of the pandemic. So what they've done is that they brought back a lot of people they've worked with previously. For instance, Ning Hun, the Berlin-based Singaporean dancer. So what they've asked him to do this work called the Intervention of Loneliness, the lockdown edition. And what that is previously what he would do is he would get people on the street to slow dance with him. It's complete strangers. And he's going to try to do that this weekend over Zoom. So that's going to be quite interesting. And they're also putting on a lot of dance films. For instance, this Japanese dance crew whose name I cannot say on air because it's quite vulgar. But I love their work. They're an extremely funny comic group, and they've put on this, they've done this commissioned work called The Escape Game. And it's about a road trip in which they go on a journey to find these missing letters. And they go to a forest. They've got, this very vintage Volkswagen. And I think you can expect a lot of fun for them because I saw them last year and during the street dance extravaganza Fallout, and I had such a good time. So I'm looking forward to that very much.
Yeah, well, Olivia, you mentioned that this Japanese group, and we know that they have participated in this festival before, and this is something that the organizers are doing this year because, it is impossible for them to actually bring in new headliners. So what are your thoughts on them, revisiting previous groups that they have worked with before? Do you think it's an advantage or a disadvantage for the festival?
Well, I must say I was a bit sorry to not have new international headliners. I can see why that would be incredibly difficult. And maybe disappointing to some people. But I am very excited about seeing the Japanese dance crew do this new commission because I understand it's their first full-length dance film. They've done shorter dramas before, but this is their first full feature-length dance film. I think this is a chance for the Esplanade to really look into digital commissions and into dance films.
Well, the dance festival is definitely something you can consider this weekend. It's on now until October 31st. Olivia, thank you so much for coming on the show. We've been speaking to arts correspondent at the Straits Times, Olivia Ho.
It's never too early to start the weekend with a drink. Calling all gin fans, Atlas Bar, ranked number 8 on the world's best bars list, now offers a personal gin tower experience.
But what exactly does that mean? Well, let's welcome journalist Anjali Raguraman to share more. Anjali, please tell us more about the idea of the personal gin tower experience. What can guests at Atlas expect?
Like Dylan said, it's one of the best ranked bars in the world. And on one end of the bar, there is a huge tower that houses 1,400 gin bottles. And this is basically your best chance to get up and close with those 1,000 over bottles. But with the experience, you're also going to get a senior bartender that's going to lead you up there, and they'll introduce you to the different styles of gin, whether it's modern contemporary, slow gins, navy strength, or London dries that most people are familiar with. And these are gins from all over the world. So it's not stuff that's readily available on shelves here. So it's really quite unique. And once you've gone up to the tower, you get a beautiful look of the lay of the land in Atlas, which is a stunning venue. You come back down to your table, and then the bartender will customize a gin and tonic for you. So it could be a gin and soda, a gin and tonic with various tonic flavors, and then with a personalized garnish. And so it's really a way to experience the gins that the bar is so well known for up close and in a very personalized and bespoke way.
Now, you know this new concept, right? Is it new, or has it been explored before?
There aren't many bars in the world that have this vast a collection, to be honest. So it is pretty special. Previously, they did offer it on an ad hoc basis, and it depended on who was available to take you up. But because they're slammed every day, if you're familiar with Atlas, it's impossible to get a reservation there most days. But now they've made it a part of their program, and it costs like $42 a guest. And I think it's really helpful for consumers who are, whether you're an entry-level gin drinker or someone who's more experienced, because it's so personalized, and you really get the bartender at your disposal to ask any questions you want, really.
Wow, very exciting stuff indeed. Well, thank you so much, Anjali. We've been speaking to journalist Anjali Raguraman on her drinks pick as we head into this weekend.